what my laners had prior.
Alright, let's see. I agree with your pathing. It's good. Teemo can't do shit against you. So here, I think you should be ready to fight because 99.99% of Canes will start Raptors, right? And path up if he hasn't invaded
Yeah,
you. So you should have just been ready to fight him straight away. So you did the gank, now it's his turn to do something, right? The reason
yeah,
why you don't win
I did think
this,
it'd be here, but
okay. But the reason why you don't win this is, yeah, you don't have your abilities
yeah,
ready, right?
everything's on CD. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
thought I'd just
just,
be able to walk away because I've got my passive stacked and stuff.
oh, but you kill him. Like, you just have to wait, like, dance around for a second. And then when your cooldowns are up and you trade HP, like, damage for damage, you kill him. If he queues
Mm.
into you without an escape, right? So Kane's really slippery when he's against walls, but when he queues into you, now his only escape is deeper in your jungle. You chase him down. You have your passive, right? He only escapes if he is fighting you against his own wall, right? On his side of the jungle. Now he's just dead.
Right.
If he had CDs, right?
So does Lillia just wins that 1v1?
Yeah, 100%. But you let him full combo him before you could even do anything,
Mm.
right? Any champion that gets the full combo you before you can do anything is obviously going to have a huge advantage. But I like this play. I think after this, just keep your passive stacks and run to grubs, right?
Mm.
It's
Okay. Yeah,
it's
because
very
then
yeah
because Timo just has to recall here and my gang
yeah.
can get
That
prior.
way is yeah.
Sure.
She's gonna be scared of you again, or team not she. Timo's gonna be scared of you again, and then you can just do grubs in the meantime. It's just low
Yeah,
percentage
just
to hit this Lillia W, right? He can always like the max range Lillia W's are quite hard to hit when there's nothing stopping him from moving.
yeah, my play wasn't I wasn't trying for the kill. I was just like the Timo was gonna kill Garen if I leave it alone. But yeah, I should have just like helped him shove his wave and then gun grabs, I guess. Or like just queued his wave and then gun grabs. Keep my passive.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
component of playing Lilia is just keeping your passive. Just so much tempo you can generate off um
Yeah.
your passive.
There I noticed Kane was behind camps and he was still on his bot side, so I dropped a ward on his wolves and then did his top side.
Yeah,
Because I know I'd see him coming.
yeah, this is good. So here's like the same feedback, right? Your passive's running out, so if you're gonna fight him, you should fight him earlier, not later.
I wasn't planning on fighting him. I kept back pinging the Ari. I was like, don't fight here, don't fight here. And she just she runs and forces this. I think this is a terrible fight. I think we should never go for it. I should have just ignored the Ari and let her die, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you have to make a choice here. If you're gonna fight, you fight here. If you're not gonna fight with no passive stacks, you shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't fight. Once you drop passive stacks right here.
Yeah. Do you think even if I turn and fight them, do you think it's a good fight? Because Teemo's coming down and it's just
Yeah,
3v2.
yeah, you can win. Well, you're not. I don't see mid, right? But mid clearly did not come, so she must have been low or something. I'm not sure. She must have had no mana, something. But you're not looking mid, so I can't tell.
My bad. Yeah, she comes at the end of the play, but she shows up late.
Yeah, that's from base. Like that's way different. Like
Yeah.
so that means she either is trolling or she had bad resources. But the problem is like you're not even looking for the information, right? You're not
Mm.
looking mid right now to see because it's important to note if Kale has TP. Sorry, if Kale has to reset and Ari's already here, it means that it's 2v2, not 3v2, right?
Mm. Yeah, I guess I wasn't even thinking about the fight. I was just trying to take these camps and then run off. Oh yeah, then on the minimap you see Kale recalling for a second. Like a millisecond
You
maybe.
should always be ready to fight. Like any opportunity you can win a fight, you should take it. But like you're thinking 3v2, but you're not looking at mid. That's like the takeaway in the situation.
Mm.
Hmm. Alright, okay, so why do you think this didn't work?
I think I think I shouldn't have gone for it. The Garen's just been pinging assist, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll come help. But Timo pretty much gets the shove before I get there. He has no reason to stick around, so he can just run off.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Garen has to take the wave, so he can't really chase. It's
Yeah,
just like
100%.
nothing. But Garen's just like spam ping, like I'll come. And then I go, and it's just nothing, and then I leave.
We can't see, this is the thing, right? When you
Yeah,
listen to other people, now you have the excuse, even if it's not an excuse, right? You have an excuse to say that was not my decision, so it's not my responsibility, right? So every
yeah,
time you say
absolutely.
that, you don't get to learn the game because you're not, quote
Yeah,
unquote, taking responsibility for your decision. Like even the play on the 2v2 in the river, right? It's like the same idea. Like
yeah,
you
I
get,
folded to the area.
yeah. Oh, you got your base stop. That makes sense. I was gonna say you shouldn't go to blue buff and just base because you already
Yeah,
got the oranges, but
I got my base up, so I thought, oh, if I
yeah,
take blue here, then I can just clear top to bot, like
yeah,
completely fine. Also, here I'm. This is like
pretty
so
cool.
bad. This is like horrible. I think I could have waited like a quarter second more on my W, and Garen ult would have killed. I was trying to time my W with when my sleep would have ended, but I did it like way too early.
That's true.
Um,
I'd also
and
say,
Timo would have died.
yeah, that's true. I would also
Also, I
say you shouldn't chase here after you miss your E.
after he flashes. Yeah,
Yeah, after you miss your
I
E.
see him running towards the wall, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he's gonna flash this wall. I don't know why I'm just not prepared to throw the E over the wall. I like, oh, he's gonna flash the wall, he's gonna flash the wall, and then I'm like, oh, I should try and E to kill him before he flashes, instead of like, I'm just gonna E over the wall and he's gonna die.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was this play was so bad by me. Just everything here was horrible.
I
And then
agree. You
Garen
can play
says,
it
I'm gonna
better.
AFK, so I just mute him.
Yeah, sure. I agree you could play it better, but I think this is more problematic than like your mechanical like holding. Like you need to know when the important skill, right, is especially when you're playing a champ with high mobility, you're gonna have chances to chase people, right? So you need to know when you can chase and when you can't. It's like a big deal.
Mm.
Like so like you said you know he's gonna flash, so you're preparing to E. As soon as you miss the E, now there is no chase. But like in your brain, that should be how it works, right?
Mm.
But you keep chasing after you already missed the E over the wall, which you were trying to, get. The plan failed, and we need to move on, right? Unless you believe you can kill him, but then what else do you have, right? Like that's the thing. You need to be ready to um stop what you're doing and move on, right?
Yeah. Should I have come sooner? Here, should I like I feel like I hit my camps way too much this game. I
No,
think that's
the reason why is you don't have ulti. What are you gonna contribute to a fight right now if you fight?
what I was thinking. We just give this. Like I was completely fine with
Yeah,
just
but they
giving,
don't
and
they don't
then
have
we end up
to
winning the fight.
listen to they don't have to listen to you if they think they can do it themselves, right?
Mm.
Yeah, you contributed nothing, right? You should have just kept hitting your
Mm.
caps. If they chase into your team, then you obviously skip your cap, right? You should just keep hitting. You shouldn't have skipped walls, right? Like I can't see anything either. I just see Lillia.
I didn't skip wolves. That was just bad. That was just
Yeah,
I fucked up the leashing on the wolves. Left it like 13 health. So.
it's harder. Like if I'm playing in your game, Neko, with your camera, I can't see the information I want to see to make better decisions, right? I don't know if I should, if they're chasing into raptors, so I should skip my wolf, right? Like, I guess
Yeah.
you can see the minimap, but it's like, you should, yeah, off the, like, you don't need to be staring at them, right? If you just do one glance like you did here, and you can download what you want to do based off the information, that's all good. I'm not saying like you need to like stare at them, but you need to get the information you need, right? Because here, for some reason, you think you should be walking at them when your team's literally pushing them out. There's no point for you to run at them because you're so far away. Only case you should be helping your team is they're running into you, right over here.
Mm.
This is just a time sink, basically, right? It's like they did something for you, and you're not going to be able to pay them back because you didn't use the tempo they generated for you to do something, right?
Yeah. Get so lucky here.
I would say small criticism here is like the bowling ball. Just don't throw it out
Yeah.
randomly if you think there's going to be a fight, because now they can outrange you, right? Your easy or longest range ability, so you need to hold it in case they try to contest, which means when you hit your E, like it's or the threat of E rather means that they can't just stand outside the circle of your Q or W, right?
Yeah.
Like now you have no E, you see what I mean? Like they just step just outside your Q and W and they'll be fine. Obviously they didn't kite properly, but you had to step into 2 auto attacks by Kale and Vayne before you hit this, right?
Yeah.
Also, your chap's just really good this game. Low range, low mobility, um, tank, auto attackers who, yeah, low range auto attackers with no CC. Yeah, that was a good base by you, base with the team if you got nothing
Do
to
we do
do.
we not do we not Baron here like the moment they kill those two? Like if you
Uh,
skip back.
yeah, you do.
So it was okay, cool.
Fine though. Like, guys can just need to reset, and you've broken the map open so much, right? With 2 towers being dead on the mid lane, that you're gonna be able to take this blue side jungle and then dominate that space, and then you should be able to start Baron off that. They have no one that can face check except for Tom, but even then, like you hit a good bowling ball or Ari's in a bush randomly, like they're just gonna die. So this is kind of what I would mean by like the good reset, right? And now we need to go vertical, right? Like we want, how do we progress the game? It's not by doing wolves and gromp. We need to attack this side, right? We've just opened the game up over here. Now we need to attack this side of the area because Baron's up, right?
Okay.
The threat of starting Baron means we can end the game because they have to come to like inside the jungle. Yeah. Look how
Okay.
far, look how deep the wave got, right? Imagine the supporter jungle trying to go in the jungle when the AD carry is clearly farming mid over here. It's always going to be a numbers advantage, right? In the jungle. See what I mean? Like, this guy should not, this is illegal because you're, but it's not illegal because you're doing this. You should be with Alistair right now. You should have Sweeper as well. and you should be attacking this area. This is why this game goes to 30 minutes, right? Instead of 25.
Mm. Well, this game's actually a loss.
Oh, well, that's even
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like your teammates are getting caught, but like you're just in the wrong position.
Yeah, I know. Here I was actually thinking like I'm hitting my camps like way too much. I should be grouping with team.
Yeah, try to be more specific because this was the only time I'd say where you should not be hitting your camps. In the scenario that you can push your lead, you should be vertical, right? You should be clearing 2 camp down into their jungle or 1 camp into their jungle, right?
Yeah, that's just because Baron is up, right? So like here, even though it's like the
Because
same
you can
situation
push
with this
them all
camp
the way
spawning.
out. Because you can push them all the way out, right? If their mid tower is still up, their top tower is still out, what would be the point of going to their jungle? You need to break mid or top, right?
Yeah, but like here, even though it's still like that, we see their camps like coming up now on top side or whatever. Here it would be like that because Baron's not up, right? The only reason that's good is because Baron is up and controlling that area.
Yeah, I don't care if their camps are up or not. We need to
Yeah,
clear, like, make them blind and give us light things up in their jungle.
yeah.
It's something to understand as well in League is the longer the game goes, the more scarce vision becomes, right? Because people buy blues and red, and basically there's less slots for pink wards as well, etc. So
Mm.
all you have is 3 wards from the support, blue trinkets, and some pink wards if people even want to buy pink wards, right? So the value of vision goes up because the scarcity of vision also goes up. The same with minion waves, right? Because you had 3 towers in the start of the game on both sides, the wave will never go past this point, right? Because of the tower. Once the
Yeah,
towers go down, now there's a big gap in vision, right? Because the minion wave can go especially like you got 2 towers. If no one picks up the wave from the first tower, it'll go all the way to inner tower, right? Which means there's a big gap in vision all the way down the lane, right?
mm.
Same with side lane, obviously, like same concept. There was a tower here. Now the minion wave, if you push it all the way out, goes all the way to tier 2, which exposes the whole jungle for the enemy to walk in, right? Because the entrances open up.
Yeah. This is a game-losing team fight. I think I play this like terribly. I could
Not a
get
good
like
start,
a
I'd say. Ari dies. Okay.
yeah. Ari dies, but I feel like if I was more patient, I could have found a like a 3-man or a 4-man with like Q flashed and ult. Here I get 3 men but die for it. Also, I think I trolled my build this game. I think I did build very. I think I needed Zonya's like way
Yeah,
sooner.
I
I
agree.
should have gone like Leandry, maybe Zonya second even. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you need Merchants either.
Mm. I got Mercs because it was just like on a recall I had the opportunity to buy full boots, and since I was ahead and I had like a 5-stack Dark Seal, I thought I had enough damage and I should build defensive, so I bought Ruby Crystal and
No,
defensive
that's
boots.
what
And the people on
Blazza's
their
for.
team that were fed, the people on their team that were fed at the time were the Kale and the Teamer. So I grabbed the Mercs.
Yeah, but the problem is you should just go like Force of Nature at that point. If you're so scared of like Kale damage. Kale has no CC. Like you're literally versing a 0 CC team. You don't care about being blinded. Your time ult doesn't matter. You know, like it's Kane as a
Mm.
knockup. Like you're spending way too much money for tenacity that you'll never use.
Yeah, so it's just Lucidity here then.
No, just go Sulks. Lucidity is also just a terrible boot now.
Sorks.
Yeah,
Oh, did they really shit on Lucidity? Sorks on
yeah,
Lillia, really?
yeah.
Damn, I haven't played Lillia since the item changes, so I didn't.
All
That's
the boots,
crazy.
all the
Even with
boots
your
got
true damage on
nerfed.
your Q,
Yeah, even in your true
that's
damage.
you never used to go Sorks on Lillia. That was like
Yeah, but
it
CR
was like a
boots is
bait.
so, CR boots is so bad. Like it's like if you really want to go CR, it's fine. Like I don't think it's
No,
terrible,
that's
but Sork sorry, Treads is definitely not the go, so it's either one of those two. You're not going Ninja to have this
Okay.
game, right? So,
Yeah, no, definitely not.
but I also think like the thought, okay, when you have stacks and you want to save your Dark
Mm.
Seal stacks, you need to draw it up to gameplay, not items. Like
Yeah.
items
Well,
will help
I
if you
thought
need it, but you should focus on the gameplay first.
I wasn't. It wasn't that I was afraid of losing my Dark Seal stacks. It was just mostly like I was thinking I have enough damage, and I think defensive stats make me stronger than offensive stats because I'm already doing enough damage with the fact that I'm like up in levels and up in items.
Yeah, then I'm thinking about Zhonya's and Riftmaker, right? To heal, like to survive longer.
Yeah, I should have gone Sonya's like way sooner. And I was gonna go Rift second, but then I had a recall where I had not enough for Rift, but enough for Rylai's, so I got Rylai's instead because I also like Rylai's on Lillia, and I think that was bad. I think I needed resistances this game, which I just didn't have.
I think this
So
fight's
we're in a very
actually
different
hard to
game with Sonya.
play. By the way, I just think like how'd you use your E again? Okay, it's not all.
After I get the Q, I try and E to apply stack to more people, I think.
Yeah, it's just hard to
But I
play
already had
because you
stack.
don't have your E up here. You have to. I think you just have to wait for your E to come up. Like you should just be QWing the Tom and waiting for your E cooldown. Like you see how you tanked. You're doing the thing again where you don't have abilities, and they shouldn't be walking into your Q range. It's the same fight as the Grubs or Herald fight, right over here.
Mm.
Where why like if you're versing a better player, why would they walk? Like they can literally hit you without getting hit.
Yeah. Well, my plan here, if they were out of range, I was gonna Q flash. I was just trying to get a big like 3 man
Yeah, but
ult. I was just trying to
where's your DPS?
yeah, I know. We don't. I didn't even like Jinx wasn't here. Ari was dead. Like getting a big 3 man ult was actually just not like
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't do anything. Also,
you
I
need
don't
a
have
players to
Zhonya's.
carry. You need a players to carry, and use like the basic takeaway from this review is like for Lillia specific is your E usage Neko. Like you just threw your bowling ball randomly, but they're gonna have to kite you, right? So you need to be able to like save your E for a time in which they're trying to actually kite you. Right? But they're not trying to cut like they're not trying to kite you right now. But let's say if they actually played properly and stayed out of your Q range, this is a time where you would EQ and then reset the fight again and wait for your Q again with your passive and run around until your Q's back up, right?
Mm.
Like you need to recognize you're a low range champ. The E is the only way people don't just space you, like if they're actually good at the game.
Right.
Okay, we got to pick, they got to pick.
What should I have done after we got that pick? Actually, that's something I was like
Reset straight
unsure
away
about.
because you need to dominate the side that the guy is trying to threaten to hit the tower. Whichever side that the split pusher gets to hit the tower, you need to pressure that side and make him base and go to the other side.
Okay.
You never. Alright, so look at the waves. Both waves are neutral. Kale's already cleaned the wave. You guys have not hit the wave once. Still not hit the wave, still not hit the wave, still not hit the wave. The wave here is going, right? It's, you can see the pattern, right? It's the base race. You're gonna lose every time on this trade.
Yeah.
So unless you were hitting the mid tower first and they can't clear the wave and you can dive them, you need a recall, which is most of the time, right? Usually the side laner is gonna have an easier time 1 vs 0 than 3 vs 3 trying to hit the mid tower, right? Even if you guys were on the wave at the same time she was hitting bot wave.
Right. So it's just in general, right? Not just after a pick. Like if I see the side laner
sidelining uncontested, I have to go stop them.
Yeah, but you
Or
guys you're too late. Like you need to go. You need to be like, ideal scenario. You need to be there on the wave meeting, right? Like imagine I'm telling you this advice and you go there and then she actually just recalls and then goes top. Now you just went from here to here to here, right? And now she's pushing top all the way, and now you're just permanently reacting, right? So you need to be there when the wave actually meets, right? When the two waves collide with each other in the middle. So that way you can
So it,
generate tempo on the side lane instead of like chasing her around.
okay, so when should we have? Should I have just gone? So should I have pinged my team and like gone with my team or gone solo?
Top jungle.
And when should I have
So
exactly like?
I mean, the more we review, the more we'll talk about it. But
Okay, okay.
the general assumption is that when you're in mid late game, it's very hard to play 3 lanes, right? You can't spread yourself thin because usually people will just die, right? Even at the highest level, you can't just play 3 lanes, meaning top, mid, junk, like top 80 carry, mid, right? It's very hard to play 3 lanes because people will get caught, right? So you need to dominate one side of the map because you can't play 3 lanes because people are scared of dying, right? Or they're very likely to die. So you guys need to choose one side to dominate. After you do, like, if you're going to do these two camps, again, you need to go down, right? Alistair needs to go down. We need to establish one side of control so that at least we have a side to lean on, right? This vision is absolutely useless. Then we have no wards in river except for this one. We need wards in their jungle.
Right. So in mid late game, then I should be just trying to vertical instead of
No,
like
yeah,
not necessarily
99%.
vertical clear, but like vertical, just like keep one side of the map
Yes, exactly.
controlled.
Exactly.
Okay. So I
You
should
should
be
not be clearing right
since
now. You should be walking
since
with
I
your
have like
support.
with Alistair. Okay, because I'm thinking because Garen's kind of strong in the side lane, right? So we have one good side lane threat, and that's the Garen. So should I not be on bot side?
And then you should be pinging Alistair to be
Playing
bot
around
side.
Garen or
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
okay.
Alistair should be, hey, Alistair, come here, ward entrance, ward deep in jungle if possible, red buff push all the way out. And now we've generated site tempo on side, and now we've freed up Garen, or we can continue on the same route, right?
All right.
Yeah, it's good questions. It's just like a lot of theory, but you need to experience it to see like the
Yeah,
value.
it's a lot of things to think about at once. So
Yeah, because I'm telling you not
it'll
to
probably take
clear.
a
Obviously, it's weird, but like it's just the pros and cons, right? You obviously there's a
yeah.
reason why you're doing what you're doing. There's obviously pros to that, but the cons are not worth the pros compared to what you could otherwise be doing.
Yeah. No, I've like been clearing for the past like 30 minutes. I've already got a ton of money. At this point in the game, like
You're
one
not
clear worth of
spiking
money
any
is
hunter
worth like nowhere near as much as it used to be. So like
as a
here
team
at
fight,
this
right?
point,
Yeah.
yeah, like even in the game, like I knew I should be looking for like something rather than clearing camps mostly at this point in the game because I know I'm like, way stronger than I was when I was focused on full clearing at least. But I just don't know like what exactly I should be going for.
Yeah, and we're just permanently split. Like we've never had a fight where we start with numbers advantage. We're always just they always have numbers advantage, and we're just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So summarize the review. I mean, there's a lot, but we just talked about right. We need to establish one side of control, and we need to be there when the wave meets, or around the area rather, so that like we ensure the push. As for like Lillia specific, again, you need a player on your E, right? That's the only thing that makes you a semi, not a melee champ, basically. Um, so like your E is really important for fights. You need to be conscious of that. And then what else did we talk about? I think the other thing that's probably important to implement or think about is like you need to be seeking more information, right? I don't want to just say camera control, because if you don't value the information, you're not going to look, right? But this scenario, you misjudged the situation. It's actually 2v2, so if they actually face check you, right, you just win, because you still have 4 stacks. But you just thought it was 3v2 and you're running, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much covered. Obviously, we talked about like the idea behind builds, especially with Energize, or Darksteel stacks. And yeah, I think that basically covers it.